Hello, good morning, and welcome to another date on This Morning. I am Citizen Jones Usen. Welcome. Now, on July 23rd, 2017, governors of the Southwest Regional, geopolitical zone met at Abeokuta, capital of Ogun State, and determined that it was time to fashion out a 25-year development plan that seeks to address the problems, peculiar problems, and prospects of the region. Rather reminds me of the old Western Nigeria Development Corporation, WNDC. It was agreed that programs and initiatives should come to the table just so the dream is realized. I have this morning a gentleman who is a politician, an environmentalist, and by definition, the Commissioner for Regional Integration in Osun State, or the state of Osun, if you like. He is Honorable Bola Ilori. Bola, I greet you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. I see here you are a politician with more than 9 lives.
We thank God. To God be the glory for
Okay,
that.
then.
Yeah.
Integration for Southwest region. Ambitious?
Well, not ambitious. Let me start by correcting that. They call us Southwest, but at the meeting, the Southwest meeting, the governor said we should be addressed as Western region. That's what we are. Not just Southwest.
Then you are expanding the map. So
Well,
you'll talk about Edo belongs in the Old West. Later Midwest.
Let me. No, they still.
I'm looking at the map.
Yes. Yeah. Well, those are a matter for another day.
Okay.
To discuss, but our resolution is what I'm saying is that we resolve that we are Western region.
Okay, then.
So we are not of Nigeria. We are not limited by the Abacha bifurcation of Southwest or Southeast or South-South, whichever way they choose to call it. We are Western region. That's what we are. And we prefer to be addressed as such. And if you see the core commission that the entire West subscribe to, we call it Development Agenda for Western Nigeria. Dawn.
Yeah.
And everything the government and people of the region is doing is done under the Dawn. There was a Dawn agenda that was put together across party line, because that's key.
Okay.
That we know it's not an APC or PDP or anything. No, it's that to the extent that you are a Yoruba man.
It's a melting pot.
It's a melting pot of potpourri of political view, social view, religious view, that we have come together to call ourselves Western region. That's what we are. And
you want to target the youth.
Yes.
Which is very key here.
Yeah.
You think this dream is appealing to them?
Yeah, there is no choice about this. It's not about
Is it about choices?
No, it's not.
I mean, about a presentation, what you are presenting to the youth?
No, what we are doing basically is that part of the resolution of the Abeokuta meeting was that there should be a 25 years development plan for the region. Because whether we like it or not, these people who we call youth today will be the one to have the lever of governance in 20 years' time. There is nobody that is called a governor today that will be called a governor in 10 years' time, not to talk of 20 years' time. Therefore, it means that whether we like it or not, that's why I say there is no choice in this. We are not going to import human beings. It's still this same set of people that will become governors, will become ministers, commissioners, some of them president. So we have realized that. And we are conscious of some facts that whether we like it or not, the era that is facing us is era where oil will be used, will be of less value. Don't let me say useless. There will be no oil money. There will be no free money. It will be technologically driven. So we know that we are confronting that future. And we must not allow the decadence of today to be transmitted.
Underline that decadence of today.
Yeah.
How much of this decadence are you likely to address?
No, it's not.
As you appeal to the youth.
No, you are not getting it.
Okay, make me get it.
Yeah, it's not as we appealing to the youth. It's the youth who also appeal to themselves. Our own is to awaken their consciousness to a reality they will face. And that's why we are bringing them in to have input into that agenda. So it's not as if anybody is handing over a plan to them. Okay. We are building the plan together.
It must be a part of the articulation.
They must be part of the articulation. So it's not just as if somebody has all the formula, all the answers to the issues. We have some of the questions because some of us are middle-range people. I'm not an elderly person, and also I'm a little older than being called a youth now. So in between, we have seen what has transpired. How do we now have a brighter future? That's what we are looking at. So it's not as if those who are there now has all the solution, then we will not even be in the decadence.
Honorable Ilori, can you in all honesty say that leadership in the western region of Nigeria at the moment is showing the light, in a manner of speaking?
Honestly, let's forget about the political party. I'm not here to talk party.
I'm talking leadership, not political
Let
parties.
me tell you, across Yoruba land today, regardless of what people may say, all the governments are trying. Everybody is struggling, to cope with the reality of the time. Several bad things were handed over. But within the reality of their own time, none of the governor can you say is not trying his own level best to do what is available. It's unfortunate now that resources are not there when we are having governors that are ready to work.
When the resources were there, what happened?
Most of it were filtered away. Lagos happens to be very, very lucky. That is not applicable to most states. And give thanks to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for laying a wonderful foundation. And then also thank Lagosians for allowing continuity. There was no disruption in the progress of Lagos. That's why it has flowed. No other state has that experience. It has been, somebody will start from A, get to C, the next person will go back to B and start to work. And the cacophony of Tower of Babel is what we have had over the years. It's only now, people are seeing the need to really begin to lay all this foundation. If other governors before the current sort of governors have done what they are doing now, they will not be redoing it. So those are the issues. You see the edge that Lagos has now is the fact that they have sustainable path of growth from Asiwaju to Governor Fashola, now to Governor Ambode. When Fashola was in government, you thought we've seen the end of good governance. But when Ambode came, you can see what is happening. In fact, it's as if a new vista of governance has been opened in Lagos. And if what people, Oyinlola was in Osun before Aregbe.
Yeah.
If he had done what Aregbe is doing now, Aregbe would not be doing it now. He will be doing something else. But if you go to what is happening in Osun now, you'll be amazed that despite the lack of fund, what is happening there,
let's be fair to Oyinlola. At the time he was governor, the field was not this expanded.
Don't forget that. Oyinlola is in APC now. So I'm not attacking
It's not
him.
about necessarily.
You understand?
Necessarily,
the field,
it's more about leadership.
Leadership. Let me tell you. Oyinlola was unfortunate. That's where I'm going. Oyinlola was unfortunate to have emerged through a party as of that time that lacked vision for development. And you can't distance yourself from the structure.
Again, playing politics.
No, that's the reality of it. Let me tell you, that's the reality of it. That's why I said it's not as if he's a bad man, but he came from a system that as of that time, I'm not saying that of Fayose now. Fayose is a governor, is a PDP governor. And I can tell you that within his own limited resources, you cannot say Fayose is not doing anything. He's doing it in his own style. You might not like his style. That's a different ballgame. Yeah. I'm not here to defend or to condemn.
It's all about a style, a defined style.
He's doing it in his own style, but you cannot say he's a useless man. He's doing his own. You might not like his style. That's another thing entirely. Yes, he might have challenges paying salaries, not because he doesn't want to pay when the money happens not to be there, but within the limited resources he has, he's doing wonderfully well. If our people have been committed like this before now, we will not be in the situation where we are.
Ilori, let's look at DAWN, Development Agenda for Western Nigeria. And I particularly like the idea that you are targeting the younger generation.
Yes.
This generation is watching from the sidelines.
Yes.
You think people like you, politicians like you, are showing the light? I ask a second time. But what can they draw? What inspiration do you think the youth will likely draw?
Let me say,
Vis-a-vis this.
The key issue, let me tell you.
Yes.
The youth will be happy that, at least for the first time, we are coming together, disregarding party lines. You understand? And we are giving them opportunity of coming forward with ideas. It has never happened before. This is the first time you are having such. To say that, even for the governors to sit down and agree together, used to be one hell of crisis. People never agree. But now, you will see that a Fayose in PDP and an Aregbe in APC will be friends. It used not to be so. It was bitter politics. But we thank God for this current set of people with that mutual understanding to be able to say that, we know that if there was no, if the Old Testament, or if the Old Covenant has no issue, there will be no basis for a new one. So it means for us to say we want an agenda, it means that we've acknowledged.
But every once in a while, you still go to Old Testament and pick one or two things.
That's why the Old Testament is even making the foundation now for the New Testament. Is knowing that there is need for a Messiah to emerge, in the future. And that's what we are doing. And it's not, regardless of what we want to say, it's not as if the current has been totally bad. No, you have good things there. Light are showing. In the new generation, you have an Ashwaju now, who gave several people opportunity to also rise. In the coming generation too, we must channel the future. That's what we are saying. We are targeting
channeling the future and making sure that there's a potential Ashwaju for the future.
That's what we are doing. Let me tell you, what's the title of the summit we are doing? The summit is called productivity, because that's key. Our people now, we want them to change the mentality and let them know that there is no future in oil. They are going to live
crude oil.
In crude oil. There's no more future there. Our own generation, or the generation before us, thrived on free money from oil. That will not be there in 20 years' time.
Let me quickly go there.
Yeah.
That generation before yours
Yeah.
produced new rent seekers. You
yes,
understand what I'm saying?
I know, yes.
They constitute a part of this youth you are targeting.
And that's why the orientation needs to change. Because
how do you change that?
No, that's what we are doing. It starts from somewhere. The journey of 1,000 miles starts from a single step, and that's what we are doing. You understand? We are conscious of that fact that our people are, as the orientation of Kinshati Lowo, that's the song in town. Let me just make money.
No, but that's the prayer of the Yoruba people.
Yes.
And nothing else?
That is what we need to change.
Okay.
And that's why we are putting this together. Now, we've done that in the past. It worked. Now, it's a New Testament of post-oil era. They must know that productivity is the key. And that's what we are preaching to them. And that's the title, West 2040. That's the title, that's the team, yeah. West 2040. Productivity is number one. Yeah. Then prosperity. We Yoruba like to be prosperous. And you can't blame us.
Like to enjoy
life. That is us. We don't believe in fighting. Right. We believe in enjoyment.
Oh, yeah.
It's our own way of life. Some people may not like enjoyment. Yeah, they can't blame us for not liking that. We do.
No.
And we are not apologetic.
From your looks. No. Come on. You owe nobody an apology. Yes. Now, let's go to December 12th and 13th, which is the... But then we'll take this break and return. Please, if you have just joined us, Western region of Yor is back in a manner of speaking. There's what they call a development agenda for Western Nigeria, DAWN for short. The summit is for 12th and 13th. And a rep of the program is here. Please don't go away. All right, welcome back. A Southwest Region integration plan is by no means ambitious, but my guest here, Bola Ilori, says it is attainable. And the first leg would be the summit you have planned for 12th and 13th.
Yeah.
Paint a picture.
what we want to do is get the youth. You know, we call it regional.
Where is the place? Where?
Oshogbo. It's
Oshogbo,
holding Oshogbo. Okay. It's a regional youth summit. You understand? And we are making it bipolitical. It's not totally apolitical because we are sending letters out now to APC, PDP, Accord, AD. You know,
Name them.
All of them. As much the active parties in these states, we are sending letters of invitation to bring their own youth. But we are not stopping there. We are sending to student union, town unions, you know, youth that have started showing some traits of leadership in the region. We are targeting them to come together. These are conscious youth. And you will be surprised at some.
Your feedbacks?
Our feedbacks. Let me tell you the feedback we've gotten. We told people we are not sharing money. We are not giving transport money. We don't have. Osun is hosting it, and we don't have money. We are not doing carnival. We are doing serious-minded business for serious-minded individuals and youths. And even after this kind of announcement, we have portal for registration. You'll be shocked that we have already registered, knowing that they are not coming there to make any money. We are not even saying we are providing hotel for anybody. We don't have money. People by themselves that has volunteered as of today, over 600 online. And we still have a week to go. We are even thinking of closing the portal by maybe Saturday, so that we can be able to cope with.
Saturday is the 9th?
This is the 9th. We should be able to close our portal for further registration. That is to show you the enthusiasm. The youth want change. The youth want this orientation, but the platform has never been provided. And that's what we are providing. And that's why the agenda is becoming very important. And let's give it to the governors, not just one. It's just that Ogbeni Aregbesola is saying, okay, I'm picking up this youth side of this thing. Lagos is doing well in projecting maybe the agric side and Oyo. You know, so many platforms are being created. What Akeredolu will be doing in the area of sports, he had said, a number of activities are going on. Our youth are on their own, showing out the best. That's why I said we can't condemn the past because they made provision for them. In area of music today in the world, not just in Nigeria, Afrima did award. He gave the award to a Yoruba man now. That was not by force of dawn. MTV Base, I judged Davido. That was to Wizkid. I judged Davido as the best in the world, a Yoruba man. Olamide, our guys are doing well. In the TV industry, they are doing well. So many things are going on well. The English team going to World Cup. Go and check the list of the lineup. Majority of them are Yoruba people. With the name, when you see the name, you know.
Lori, they are Nigerians.
Yeah, I know. Me, I'm talking about Western Nigeria now. The moment that they are Yoruba, they are Nigerians. Okay, but my agenda here is very narrow.
No, I'm teasing you.
Yeah, I know. But that's the reality of it. The most successful British boxer is a Yoruba man.
He's a Nigerian.
Yes, I agree with you. He becomes a Nigerian by virtue of being a Yoruba man.
Yeah.
You know, Yoruba has gone far in the future before the military put the region on reverse gear. We now want to engage.
Not the entire country.
Yeah, well, you know, my advocacy here is for the Western Nigeria. Yeah. And so don't blame. I'm a Nigerian too. Okay. But my advocacy here is for Western Nigeria. And you know, we are a unique set of people.
Quickly, let me tease you. Is Western, I'm thinking of Western Nigeria of yore.
Yes.
Is Western Nigeria of the 21st century cohesive?
Yeah. Western Nigeria of the 21st century.
Is it that cohesive?
The question is coming back.
Okay.
It used to be scattered. And that was the setback we had. And that's why now you will see that if we were at Ibadan yesterday, all the governors were at Ibadan yesterday, and they spoke with one voice on constitutional amendment. That's what we should be seeing, and that's what we are seeing. And that's why I can boast that the agenda we are putting together now for 25 years master plan will be achievable. The reason is that the core leadership are together not on politics, but on the fact that our region must progress. Yoruba has television station before France. But now if you want to do production, if you go get to South Africa...
And you are playing catch-up.
Yeah.
Which is the trouble with Nigeria.
Now,
we play catch-up even though we had a pioneering role.
Yes. But now we want to frog leap to the next generation. We are leading already. I've given you some parameters where we are leading already. And we want to sustain it. Not just sustain, we want to surpass where we are now. I've told you where Yorubas are. There are so many... The airports in London, what's it, is it Gatwick or which one?
Gatwick.
Belongs to Yoruba. Yoruba has the highest.
In Nigeria,
In Nigeria, and I agree with you.
I'm going, Laurie.
In Nigeria, that's what we must have. Yoruba has his own commission in London, has his own exchange in London.
Yeah, but let me quickly rub this in. I know you can.
You don't worry, you are allowed.
Your governor, Ogbeni, is envisioning an airport for Osogbo.
Yes.
Osogbo.
Yeah.
Is it at a time like this? Is it feasible?
It's on. What we have done, we've concessioned it to people who has the money, and those are areas where the region must also grow. What do we want to do in Osun? Wonderful. It's not just the normal passenger airport. Our people, we think beyond today. In the whole of Africa, you have only 3 countries that has maintenance hangar for C-check. The Boeing have signed. I'm not saying they are planning to sign. They have signed to bring maintenance hangar of the quality of C-check to Ido-Osun. Last year, Guardian reported that Nigeria spent 22 billion naira flying out to go and do that check, and it's compulsory every 6 months.
C and D check.
C and D check.
Yeah.
Now you will be able to do it in Ido-Osun.
Oh, but let me also tell you, Akwa Ibom had something like that, although it's still in the works.
Let's pray it also work.
Yeah.
You understand? As many as we can have, the best for us now. There is no law that says only one must be in the country.
Yeah, except that my problem is with a project like that.
Yeah.
Continuity is my problem.
No. We've divested ourselves from the matter.
So
we've concessioned
when Ogbeni
it
leaves, it will be ongoing.
It will be ongoing because the money is not even coming from Osun. Do we have money for airport?
Okay.
We that are struggling, we struggle hard to pay salaries. We struggle hard to build school. We struggle hard to build road. We will be struggling hard again to build the airport. No. What we needed to do is the idea, and we have conceived the idea, and we have run with it, and we've gotten people to now lift us up. Turkish government has invested in Osun Airport. They are bringing 69 billion. They are trying to bring money. So it's not just about Osun money. This is even foreign direct investment in Nigeria.
The state will not be bogged down by any debt?
No. Not on that, on the airport.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
On the airport.
I just wanted to clear that.
But it's another achievement for Western Nigeria.
It's a plus. We agree. Go to December 12 and 13. Yeah.
So. Like we were saying before we got to that, we've made advancement before. We don't want to retrogress. We want to push forward. And we don't believe that only the current elders of today has answers. The youth themselves, who will be the one to implement this plan anyway, whether we like it or not, will be involved even from the stage of conceptualizing the master plan. And we are going to do something that becomes wonderful. For each of the persons that participate in this, we are going to issue, government will issue official certificate of attendance. It will become important to them in 20 years' time. Because this plan will be on in full stream, they will be able to say consciously that I was part of those people who visioned a new Western Nigeria. And that's what the Western Nigeria of old did well. We want to do better. Now technology is there. Our kids are doing well in Harvard. They are doing well in London, in Liverpool, everywhere, Cambridge. People are doing well. So we also want to sustain that legacy, and that's what we are planning to do. They will say first stadium, first this, first that. We want to be the first too, and we are doing so many things well.
Larry, I'll be a little naughty here.
Yeah.
You know, my naughtiness takes me to this. Yeah. Kwara State used to be known as the West Central State when the 12 states were originally created.
Yes, yes.
You have a preponderance of Yorubas there in Kwara, Kogi. Are they part of this dream?
Yes, you see, that's why we say we are Western Nigeria.
Okay, so
you understand? We are Western Nigeria because when this issue of this summit came up, it's the 6 governors that agreed to this. We did not bring in Kogi and Kwara because it was called Southwest. But the youths in Kwara has been challenging us that the anthem of Osun, let me go to the anthem of Osun, wonderful anthem, because that's a vision driving Ogbeni. And it's not just original to Osun. It's the anthem of Afenifere, really, that Osun adopted as his own anthem. And it's an anthem that is motivating for entire Yoruba race. I think it's the only state anthem that does not have its state in the anthem. But the last line of it, let me read it. He said, Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. He said, arise, O ye Oòduà sons. That's Yoruba. Go move to your rightful place because you are the light of the black race.
It rather reminds me of the old UPN anthem.
It's the same anthem. It's the Afenifere anthem adopted by UPN, also adopted by Osun. So that's why I said it's not as if it's original.
Now I know youths from Kogi and Kwara.
They are interested and they are allowed and they are welcome. Right. Because we don't know what will have happened in 20 years' time. And our own vision is that regionalism will have taken more strength in 20 years' time. Because that's our own vision. We let them allow us to grow. We love Nigeria. We have never attempted secession from history till today. We enjoy it. We have no problem. But let us be ourselves. That's all Yoruba is saying. Within the big Nigeria market, let Yoruba man be a Yoruba man. It's very simple. We don't have agenda.
Let the northern Nigerian be northern
Nigeria.
In Nigeria. Let the eastern Nigeria
be eastern Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
We are not interested in seceding. We enjoy Nigeria, but leave us to grow at our pace. We have history, we have culture. And that's what we are saying. What we are now, the agenda we are looking is how do we improve on it? Let me throw some of the challenges that will be coming up at the summit. Yeah. For instance, our food pattern, we can develop on it. Industry exists in our food system that we have not even tapped at all. How Eba is common to Yoruba. But I'm sure that if Oduduwa waits today, it will meet the same Eba he ate, the same way he left it. It's the same way we are still eating Eba.
It will be on a different plate.
Maybe plate will be different, but the Eba is still the Eba.
Yeah.
I'm sure that if Orumila wakes today, the Amala he ate is still the same Amala and Gbegiri that he left centuries, millennia ago. Should we continue like that? The only place you've seen little advancement is maybe on pounded yam, where you now have pando. I'm sure Orumila never ate pando yam. And we keep on producing graduates in food and nutrition, in biochemistry, in all of this, and they are not even looking at simple things like that can turn people to millionaires. Those are challenges. Then even our dressing. We want to promote where our traditional dressing will become mainstream. For the summit, we are encouraging everybody to be in native attire as much as possible. We are not saying that, okay, even Ankara, do you know that if we decide to patronize Ankara alone, the business that will grow out of that is exponential to the fashion designer? And our designers are doing wonderfully well now. And you will be amazed at what they can do. But for the patronage to be there, if we spend all our money importing shirts, when will they grow? We must encourage that. They can come out with new design or fashion that will make things like that. If you see an Indian person today, you don't need to ask where he or she is from. Yeah. If you know that he's an Indian person and they are respected, we should be respected.
No, from your tribal marks, I can tell seeing you.
That is how you know people of old.
That's it.
That's old system. Okay. Now is the new
that's
thing.
Identity.
That's old identity. Now our dressing, our attitude, and integrity should be the new identity.
Let me go for this break. Western Nigeria of yore, if you like, is on the march again. We are watching it. Please, let's go on this break and return. Okay, then we must keep it going. Southwest Region Integration Plan. So Bola Ilori is telling me so much about the plan. Bola, let's look at the expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our expectation is that people will come there, will make contributions, and the contribution will form major part of the master plan we are putting together, because these are the people who will implement the master plan anyway, whether we like it or not. Nature will make them be the one to implement it. And our expectation is that our people will get the drive, the orientation we are trying to pass across. We want them to become conscious of the agenda itself. We want them to be conscious that they must represent the race and represent the race with integrity, and must strive to be the best in whatever they do. And the key thing that is core is productivity. That's our expectation, is that people begin to know, to become conscious that era of free money, which is current seeking, is over. People must become productive in whatever endeavor they choose. Once there is productivity, there will be prosperity. Without productivity, prosperity is rent and is a recipe for crisis. And once that happens, then we will know that there will be peace. As of today, Yoruba land is about the most peaceful in the country, without major... Relatively, you understand? Without those major issues. We must sustain it. And the only way to sustain it is when people are productive. Then the issue of population control is also key. That people must know they must give back within the limits of the resources that will be available.
Bola, but you are trying to trick me there. The Yoruba does not count its children.
Yeah, that was the Yoruba of before.
Okay.
The best birth control measure now is school fees. So people have started knowing that when people know that school is resuming, you know, some people even develop hypertension because school will resume. So, and you know, Yoruba values education. So people invest their money on education. It has encouraged birth control because you will know that before you send all these people to school, and you still want to live a life that is not miserable, then you must know that birth controls become important. So we also want to emphasize on that, because people will be competing for resources if they continue to give birth for, say, we don't count children. No, those are Old Testament
Honorable,
Yoruba.
But one key problem in this whole big, ambitious dream is peerage.
Yeah.
For a country where there must be one Awo, one Zik, one Sardauna, one Ashiwaju to bring it forward, are you talking about peerage? Will that be on the cards too?
Where?
If you know, hand over the baton to the next generation, and
you see, gradually those are happening. You understand? Our own way of life is a little bit different. After the Sardauna, hardly have major character emerge from maybe the north. You have people, you know, who will come, show flashes and go. But sustainable leadership that majority will pander to is not their own. Igbo are Republican. We are not.
Okay. Femi Surulere is on the line. Femi, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning to you and your
sir.
other guests at the studio.
Bola Ilori, let's go.
Bola Ilori, okay. So what I want to say is this, is that I'm very happy with what exactly is going on in the western region. What they are doing now is very good. The only thing I want to contribute is this, is that they have done very well with this, their planning. But I will still advise that they should put a platform. You have a platform where all of us, both those who are abroad, those who are in Nigeria, can post their suggestions, and then they should be able to give that person, they should be able to reply that person that yes, they have seen this thing. Then they should have a secretariat for that issue where they can be able to sort out those suggestions, sort ideas, and then they'll be able to strip the wheat from the shaft and be able to discuss and do something on it. Because not all of us can come to Osun, but if we have a platform, we have internet now that people can bring in their own ideas. This can be done, this can be done.
All right, Femi, thank you. Got you.
Yeah, wonderful idea. It's part of the plan of the summit. From the summit, we want to raise...
Is it on the cards?
It's on the card. It's on the card. We want to raise youth, you understand, that will run with this, will take this torch and run with it. By the end of next year, Ogbeni will not be governor in Osun. For continuity and sustainability, we want to raise people there from the various states that will do what he is saying. We are opening a website, you understand, that will take care of this. But we are housing all of these, the people, the platform at Dawn office. Dawn has a secretariat already. Is at Cocoa House, Dugbe, in Ibadan.
Okay.
So you can reach Dawn at Cocoa House, Dugbe, Ibadan. But we are creating...
Is that a mailing address?
Yeah, it's there, yes.
Is that a mailing address?
Dawn, yes, now, Cocoa House.
DAW at...
No.
No,
website.
the
website will be created.
Okay.
It will be activated there.
Okay,
we want the youth to own it. It's not as if Aregbe is dishing, dropping something on their laps.
Somebody will hijack it.
No. That's why we said it's not about political party. It's not just, it's a collective system. Because we are conscious of the fact that, yes, Ogbeni has a vision to say, okay, let the youth be part of this, but it will not be there forever. So what you said with...
Ilori, another Yoruba man, Abiodun from Ajegunle is here. Abiodun, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Welcome.
Yeah, I want to contribute to the program.
Go on.
Okay. What I want to mention, you are doing a very good job.
Thank you.
The only aspect you have not mentioned is the issue of language. Because I'm very concerned about the language. I'm very concerned about our Yoruba language. We should promote our language. Because you see, most of our children nowadays, they speak English or that thing, which is not the best. Our language, once we lose our language, we are gone. So I want all the schools in Yoruba land to make Yoruba compulsory, so that our identity will be known all over the world. If other American countries or they are promoting our language, or who are trying to learn our language, then why are we neglecting our own language? So, which I want to promote that is very fantastic.
Thank you, Abiodun. Thank you. This is key.
The key is key.
Yeah.
Those are part of the things we want people to come there and say. But let me say for the summit, the youth summit coming up in Oshogbo is not going to be all through English. A mixture of Yoruba and English is permissive in communication there, because we are conscious of that, the fact that...
if the Lagos State Assembly has adopted Yoruba...
you understand? Those are part of what the summit can throw up. Let the youth themselves say where they are going on matter of language. That's why the summit is there. We are not dictating for them, but it's a challenge. Somebody has thrown it now. The youth are listening. It's for them to now say, okay, this is how we want to do it. How do we cope in the era of science to infuse, to adopt Yoruba as language of teaching, language of learning? Because there's a difference between speaking language and learning language. Those are key issues. I think Dr. Fafunwa, former Minister for Education, did a whole lot on that, but it has not been sustained. If we want to follow that route, how do we achieve it? The youth.
Bola, you have pricked a Mazi Okorafor in Arochukwu. He's interested in Afenifere matters.
Okay.
So Mazi, which one be your own?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Good morning.
I greet you.
Good morning.
Honestly, the integration plan for Western Nigeria is a welcome development, and I also suggest that I hope my people will also follow this program, see what's happening. My issue is this: the youth skill acquisition is paramount important. You see, anything one is doing and is planning without carrying the youth is not okay. My question to Honorable Bola is this, sir.
Yeah.
The anchor you rightly said in this very program is very, very lucrative. Even when we travel out, when the people saw us in one of the programs at Sinki, they were asking us that. So some of them got us money to come down when we come to arrange those things and send it back to them. But the question is this: what is the plan for the youth? Because I've seen a situation whereby a program is being designed and the youth are being empowered. At the end of the day, they are not given finance in order to do what to do on their own.
Because when the youth happens to be on his own, he's independent. He will now have an opportunity to do what? To employ others.
Yeah.
This will make Nigeria to be moving along. It's a very nice program, but I pray, by the grace of God, as you rightly said, may this be a very big development and it was spread to other areas.
Okay.
Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.
Mazi, many thanks too.
We appreciate his own contribution. We also, those are areas we also look at. And let me say that in the area of empowerment, most of the government are doing wonderfully well on several things. Agriculture comes in key because.
By the way, Osun has OES.
Yes.
How far?
We are there.
Can you count your blessings?
No, so many. If I want to start, that's a whole program on its own
okay.
of what Osun has done in the area of supporting the youth. Most of our programs revolve around the youth. And that's why it's not strange that Ogbeni will pick interest in this issue of the youth that come. We are doing well in Don. The youth, let me help out on it. We've created OES that has engaged over 40,000 youth as a transit point for them, rather than sitting at home, at least to give them something to earn and believe in dignity of labor, productivity is key.
All right.
In Agric, we are, in fact, we call one OBOBs, where you come to Ministry of Agric, they will give you some day-old chick. You go and react and send back to government.
All right.
We have whole meal. We have several things.
Olanrewaju is calling from your state, Ondo.
Okay.
Olanrewaju, good morning.
Good morning,
yes, sir.
Presenter and the Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you.
It is a display that youth are neglected, that our present political class are neglecting the youth. But they won't agree anyway. They will agree that they are introducing youth to some minor senior jobs. But if you look passionately the cabinet of Baba Awolowo, you will see vibrant youth being cabinet members. If you look at the cabinet of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you will see youth. Even Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, the present governor of Osun today, was relatively young, much younger. Even Honorable Bola Ilori was younger. But look,
he's getting old.
The cabinet of Rauf Aregbesola today.
Yeah.
You can hardly find people of 30, people of 25. So they are not mentoring the youth towards governance. And the youth need this for critical integration.
Okay then. Many thanks. Target the youths and
that's what we are doing.
Get them. Yeah,
that's what we are doing.
Not just rallying them. It goes beyond just sloganeering,
So this action, this walking the talk is not sloganeering. We are not.
But you are a politician, so I'm not surprised you people have sweet talk.
No, this is not about sweet talk. Okay. If I want to sweet talk, maybe because I want to gain an advantage, I will not be inviting PDP. We are inviting them officially by letter. It's not by word of mouth.
And they have indicated their willingness to be a part of it?
Some of them have said so. Okay. But, it's free. It's not as if...
the gate is free?
The gate is free. No, we are not forcing anybody. It's those who have interest in the development. Let me tell you, in 20 years' time, there will be no more PDP. There will be no more APC. So what are we fighting for? Over. But once you are born in Yoruba man, you remain one till you die.
That's a curious prophecy.
Forget.
Okay.
The reality of our politics has shown that the seed of determination of the existence of those parties had been sown with them from birth. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not looking at was there APC some 4 years ago.
Okay.
So was there PDP
now we can talk politics.
Yeah.
You are by birth
Ondo
State.
Yeah.
But you are engaged in Osun.
Yeah.
That's politics.
Integration. That's integration.
Integration. Okay. So, and you defected from the APC and went back.
Yeah.
So what changed?
Okay. Well, that's another vista that is different from...
you can paraphrase it.
Okay, good. Now, that's key. I left APC. I was on this same seat on TVC, and I told the whole world that the primaries of APC for the 2016 gubernatorial election was manipulated, and I showed proof. And the politics that was being played by National Secretariat of APC then was what we cannot cope with. And I said it clearly, I'm not saying what is new, that it seems all the politics then was just geared at frustrating Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I'm his own supporter, unrepentant and unpretentious about that.
Sorry, let me pause it briefly and take Yakub Dokwemu, Lagos, Nigeria. Yakub, welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay then.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
And good morning to Mr. Bola Ilori.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Mr. Bola Ilori is a good example for Yoruba race.
Thank you, sir.
Then I have a reason for saying that. If you look at Mr. Bola Ilori's role in politics, he started from Lagos State, and then now, as we are talking now, he's a commissioner in Osun State, and then he is from Ondo State. You can imagine all those things. That is to tell you that as a Yoruba man, if you have a Yoruba interest in your heart, no matter where you find yourself, the paramount of your responsibility is the development of that Yoruba race. Let me give you a typical example. Lagos State, in particular, is a very good to take example from. Why am I saying that? Do you know when you are going from, let's say, from Abule back down to Toge? Do you know the road was bad before? Then I don't know how Governor Ambode did it. And then he made sure that he did all the road, he fixed all the pothole. Then from Toge down to Ogun State, Abeokuta, you will never try to travel that road. They should learn from Lagos State. How is it managed to do all those things? That is weak.
Okay, Yakub, very possible. Just to borrow from Yakub, at least I know 3 successive governors are non-Lagos indigenes. Go on.
Now, let me say, what he said is important, but let me tell you, the ultimate breakthrough for Yoruba race will be the day they are able to do the Great Western Rail Line. You understand? That will be fast speed, and they are able to deliver it. No single state can do that by the current configuration, but our region can achieve it. When an Ado Ekiti man can walk in Ibadan, and Ibadan man can walk in Lagos, a Lagos man can walk in Osogbo, that means that nowhere in the region will be more than 1 hour apart. That means that's the ultimate time you will know that, yes, Yoruba has arrived. And the design is on, I can tell you. So many things, so many wonderful things are in the pipeline. And I want to assure those people that we are committed to this, and by the grace of God, we'll see us through. But I paused for the phone call. So,
quickly, Wale Bello Ibadan.
Okay.
These are your Yoruba people.
You are there.
Let's go. Wale, welcome.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm actually from Ondo State too. Based in Ibadan. I want to talk about this Southwest Integration Plan. You see, we have to be sincere with ourselves. Integration plan can hardly work in the presence of political instability. The problem Nigeria is facing today is as a result of political instability. APC, they control 5 states in Southwest. They can hardly do anything if they have problems within their party. Even PDP in Ekiti State can hardly contribute anything because there is intra-party problems there. So they should first of all go to back home, address their issues. I know the commissioner understands what I'm saying. The last time he was in Akure, you understand what happened.
I was attacked.
That was APC issue. And yet that happened. It wasn't a 2-party affair. It was APC meeting, and that happened there. So they had to really address issues at home before coming to the people to do any integration, or because we won't buy it. People may not really buy it because they won't trust them.
Yeah. Thank you. And the question of trust.
Let me correct what he has said.
Okay.
If there is no agreement, we will even reach where we are. That used to be Yoruba of old, not of today. As I opened with that everybody, they are working across party line. Let me forget about.
But what he has said is a metaphor for the type of politics we play.
Let me tell you.
Rub this in. You were attacked in Ondo State. at a
APC event.
So it's an intra-party wahala.
How does that stop Yoruba integration?
Oh, okay. No, but I can tell you how. If there's mutual mistrust and distrust, like an infectious disease, it will spread.
No, that's what you are thinking.
No,
it's not like, let me tell you.
Go on.
You have common goal at times that transcend personal consideration. I've told you what Aketi, that's the governor of Ondo, Akeredolu, is doing. When it comes to issue of Western agenda, we are together. Our politics is different.
Okay.
So we are not mixing.
You don't think if the root is
no, it doesn't affect it. Let me tell you.
Doesn't affect the tree?
This one, it's not like that. That's what you are missing out. Let me tell you.
I'm not a politician.
You are not. I'm one.
Yeah, okay.
Our common interest,
which is key here.
Is key.
Interest as opposed to rights. No. You will die for your interest rather than for your rights.
Let me tell you. Our common interest is that Yoruba should develop. And to the glory of God, everybody realizes that within the global is when the state develop, the region develop, that all of us can develop. Let me tell you, the current governor will be governor maximum 8 years. He will still retire back to this same place. Everybody, we've preached to ourselves enough to know that regardless of our private politics, when it comes to issue of our race, forget your politics.
I don't mind if you have differences at the political level, but when it gets to
honestly, that disappears.
Of attacking you physically.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
People condemn the attack. You understand? People have condemned the attack. And it has not in any way helped the people who attacked me. They thought maybe they would gain any advantage. He put them to the world as people who are not civilized.
Let me see how much you have convinced George in London. George, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Mr. Hussein, thank you.
I greet you.
And Commissioner.
Thank you, sir.
I want to encourage the Commissioner. I'm an Igbo man from Anambra State.
Okay.
And I want to encourage the Commissioner.
You are on. Go on, go on. Don't
I want to encourage the Commissioner to carry on with his program. I know not everybody will agree with him.
No, at all.
But gradually, if they achieve the objective, they will defeat every objections.
Okay.
I know what I was. I left Nigeria in 1975, and I left secondary school in 1965. I know what I was suffered in the 60s, and the regions were doing very well until the army came and spoiled everything for us. I encourage the Yorubas and Afenifere to continue to work very hard to achieve Western region, and this Constitution of 1999 should be removed and put in the dustbin. Okay. And we go back to 1963 Constitution and form the Western region. What you're doing, maybe it will get the Igbos to wake up from slumber, and take an example from you. Please, I want Afenifere to continue to work very hard. Yeah. Mr. Hussein.
Yes, sir.
You must allow people to express their views. Now, I can see you are always very conscious of this language, that language. Nigeria is sleeping. Allow people to express their views. Tell people to stop calling the president our father. He's not our father, he's our servant. He asked us to vote for him, to serve us. He's our servant. Every time he hears about restructure, he thinks we are talking about secession. No, nobody is interested in secession anymore.
All right,
we
George.
want restructure. Thank you very much, Mr. Hussein.
At least we have allowed you. So I'm not gagging.
No problem. Yeah. No problem.
Okay, then.
No problem. He has spoken very well. We are not. There is no way that everybody will be on the same page.
Yeah, yeah.
Majority is what we are talking about.
So Western region as a torchbearer.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's break it down. Quickly, we talk and conclude on the attack you experienced in your own state.
Yes.
You were right. You were wrong.
Yeah. To be there. No, you see, I think people had commented on the issue of the attack. It showed them as people who are not accommodating in their own manner. But what I'm saying is that that does not affect Yoruba's
which is why we must do something about our politics and politicking.
Yes, part of, you know, it's a major issue. Let me tell you some.
Yes.
Let me tell you some things that are even happening now. Let me give you instance.
know,
in Ondo State, in that Ondo State, give me a few minutes.
No, not few minutes.
Okay.
You have 30 seconds.
Okay, now 30 seconds. Let me tell you. In that Ondo State, the leader of the party met. We were there last week, and we met. We made proclamation that we passed vote of confidence on the governor and the state chairman. There can be only one state chairman in the party, which is Dr. D.I.K. Kebeke.
Okay.
And some people, and the president, of course, and Ashwaju. And some people there are beginning to say that, no, they cannot come to the party. Some matters are beyond some people.
All right, all right.
Sorry, this is key.
So I don't want you to raise passion. You know,
this is not about passion. This is not about passion. This is not about passion.
Or if you like emotion, but you are forgiving everybody because you are forging ahead, right?
We are moving ahead, but you did not let me say
No,
this.
because time is the
key
master.
And critical.
So you don't think George was really nailing me. I'm not gagging you. Time is the master here. But quickly, in 30 seconds, let's look ahead to 12th and 13th of December, vis-a-vis the youth empowerment angle to the Western Nigeria Development Plan.
Yeah, it's open to all. We've said all that is needed to be said, and people are registering. We encourage people to come to Osogbo and be part of this vision. And it's key that I say this because I will be unfair to myself and unfair to listeners, since some people have raised it, is the fact that I've been back to APC long ago since the relationship. You asked the question and I did not let me talk. The relationship between Ashwaju and the president is looking better now.
All right.
Things are getting better.
After all, in politics, there's no permanent friends, no permanent enmity.
Yes, only permanent.
Honorable Bola Ilori, we wish you Godspeed in this giant but ambitious plan.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it. Western Nigeria of your, he does not like, my guest does not like the Southwest nomenclature. Western Nigeria of your...
No, the whole region doesn't.
The Western region is back, in a manner of speaking. It is a torchbearer. Is anybody watching and listening to it? Thank you for your time, and I greet Bola Ilori for coming.
Thank you very much.
So we're out. There's another show tomorrow. Good morning.